And hello there everyone, welcome back. I am BogMod. We are playing more of the Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. And we're gonna take our we're gonna finish our day off. That's Father. Huh? What? Oh, look at that. Look at that man. I'm terribly sorry for not coming to greet you, Father. While I'm here, for a short time, I, Jusis, have returned to... Enough. Oh, you're not even looking at him. As I informed Rufus, you may do as you wish while you're here. However, you will do nothing that brings shame upon yourself, nor upon the Albarean name. Please be ever mindful of your position and what you represent. Yes, Father. Would it be too much to ask for you to introduce yourself to my classmate? I have no time for pleasantries. Should require anything of you, you will be contacted. Oh, poor Jusis. Well, Machias, is that going to tweak your sympathy bone? I believe that's in the left arm, the sympathy bone. What was all that about? Fee, that's not really... That was the almighty Duke Albarea, was it? Head of one of the four great houses, and the man in charge of the entire province. Indeed. Some strange twist of fate, my father as well. Jusis? As spoken out of turn, forget I said that. Today's workload has made me hungry. Shall we return to our rooms and find something to eat? Yeah, sounds good to me. I'm starving. Poor Jusis. His father's a bit distant. Return to the roots for a much-needed shower. Short rest. Restaurant in the central plaza for dinner. Unlimited
is wonderful.
Croissants? Bread? Whatever.
The food was delicious too. Agreed.
I can see why this restaurant is popular with the nobles. Do you dine here often, Jusis?
I do. The chef has been good to me since I was a child.
What's with all this talking with your eyes closed?
I was practically raised on this food.
How typical. Even in your dining habits, you nobles subsist on unnecessary luxury.
I wonder what Machias thinks about the rich. Just like the generally, the not noble, but just a general rich guy.
Though I can't deny the quality of the food.
It wasn't just tasty, but warm too.
Yes, for a high-class restaurant, the chef seems to have used a lot of very healthy ingredients. Perhaps he's doing his part to ensure Jusis stays in good health.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Aww.
I wonder what Group B is doing right now.
We had this exact same conversation in our group last month, too. I'm sure they're hard at work over in St. Arc. Probably nothing to worry about.
It was Celtic for you last month, right?
Yes, and apparently that's where I missed one of the books. Oh, what a fool I was.
So you were thinking of us on the first night?
Yeah, we were concerned about two of the people in the group.
Yeah. After dinner, we were wondering how Group B was getting on. Dare I ask?
Well...
Nowhere near as peacefully as now. This is a big improvement.
I kind of figured that much.
We are doing much better this time. That much is true.
Huh? And I'm sure our reports will reflect that.
It is an improvement, though I'm not convinced it's good enough.
Ooh. We should do more, you're saying, Jusis?
It's not?
I'm certain Group B gave their absolute best in all of their tasks today. But can we honestly say the same? That we could have done no better? And I'm referring not just to the monster encounter, but to the handling of our other tasks as well.
I don't know. You did pretty good, I thought, except for the monster. Couldn't have done much about the man who wanted to eat your amber. You got the pink salt?
We'll just have to try and make up for it in the day we have left. Besides, we had the chance to catch sight of a far bigger problem.
Yes, that's true.
First, we find out taxes are rising throughout the province. Then, we find out the military is being expanded on a grand scale. Don't even try to tell me the two aren't related.
Yeah, they're probably not. I don't think I'd even pretend that.
I have no intention of denying it. But you're only looking at one side of the coin. Exactly how many Oxen tanks do you think the Imperial Army has under their control?
Well,
100 or 2, I'd guess.
Precisely. The Imperial Army's military capabilities are enormous. This nation has one of the most powerful armed forces on the continent, and roughly 70% of it is under the Chancellor's control. Tell me, how is the Noble Alliance supposed to counter that?
Ooh. It's not a bad point. To the extent that these two are actually working for opposing goals, it's a balancing factor.
So you're suggesting that's why the provincial army needs to bolster its forces?
It's not an unreasonable idea, I think.
Considering both sides are comprised of Erebonians, it all seems so wasteful.
Ah, the travails of youth. How noble and beautiful they are.
Is it? I think it is. I think it's Blue Blanc. It is!
It's you.
Baron Blue Blanc, I believe?
Ah, it's such an honor that you would remember a mere baron. I
what a
see
guy.
you completed a hard day's work already. How splendid!
I like him. I like how they decided to go with him.
yes, nearly.
What about you?
Alas, I have yet to be blessed with the fateful encounter I seek. The search for beauty is filled with perils and obstacles, yet that is precisely what makes it all so beautiful.
Beautiful! Yes! Oh, the hair flip. I like it. Oh, he sparkled.
Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your stay.
I like you, Blue Blanc.
I most certainly will. Though it truly is a pity that the clear air of this verdant city should be tinged, if but faintly, with the scent of steel.
Oh.
I'd heard that Duke Alberea was a man of many interests, but I was unaware he counted playing with fire among them. I don't condemn him for it, though, for only by playing with fire can one create fireworks. Would you not agree, my friends?
Yes.
I don't like your implications.
And I think this whole line of conversation is a little inappropriate.
And you're just a weirdo.
Oh, please do pardon me, young lady. I meant no harm, I assure you. I wish you well on your remaining day here. May you reveal to me the beauty I seek by its end.
Here's the question. I don't know if they mentioned anything about how long they're going to be here to him. So this could be one of those little hints that, hey. Like, if you didn't know who he was already, you'd be like, hey, wait a minute. We never mentioned we'd only been here for one day. The question is, did they or not?
Be it the lovely luster of success or the sad splendor of failure.
Who does he think he is? This is why I can't stand nobles.
I thought you might say that. If it makes you feel better, though, I have my doubts as to whether that man truly is a noble to begin with.
What?
He's got a good point. In a nation like Erebonia, you can get a lot of easy. You just pretend to be a baron or some minor noble. You could get a lot of influence and random sway on the peasantry.
His behavior seems so exaggerated. Almost as if he's trying to act like the quintessential noble. Like he's fulfilling the stereotype.
Exactly, Emma.
Yeah, something about him feels off to me, too. But what's even stranger is that he knew we only had one day left here.
Indeed. See, I got my eye on this.
You're right.
We told him of our field study, but never once did we divulge how long we intended to remain here.
Between him and that silver object, we've been crossing paths with a lot of strange people today.
Very strange. Suspicious, even.
Tomorrow's the end of our stint here. We can't let ourselves get distracted. We still have a lot to do.
That's right. We have to do our group proud.
Exactly.
We should return to the hotel and begin work on our reports then.
Just goes to show you, Ouroboros knows everything. All the things. Oh, there's a very pretty starlit sky for being in town. Napping away. No, did they give them different clothing models while they were sleeping? I'm not sure. Well, looks like they did. Oh, Jusis.
Can't get to sleep?
I could ask you the same. You aren't going to tell me the bed's too hard for you, are you?
I wouldn't dream of it. I've never slept in a bed this high class in my life. Not even back at home.
And yet you're the son of Baron Schwarzer. You've not lived the life one might expect of a boy from a noble family.
Yeah, that's just how my dad is. A lord should live like his people, not above them. That's how he always put it.
Ah, of course. Reen has to have the good noble as his dad.
I see. It sounds as though you have a good family.
Oh, Jusis. I feel bad for you.
Yeah, I'm very thankful for my upbringing.
Aren't you going to ask? I assumed you'd be curious about that brief exchange with my father earlier.
Yeah, no, it seems pretty clear. It seems pretty clear that your dad does not exactly hold you in high regard.
I wasn't really sure you'd want me to bring that up. You obviously get along really well with your brother, but I didn't get that same sense with the Duke. Has he always been like that?
As far back as I can remember.
Oh, Jusis.
I suppose he just has little respect for a son born to a commoner.
Gasp! Wait a minute. Jusis, are you a bastard?
What?
Is your mom
My
not...
brother and I have different mothers.
Aha! Well, well, well.
He was born of my father's legal wife, a noble who still lives to this day. My own mother, however, was a commoner, and she passed away 8 years ago.
Oh, Jusis, you lost your mom.
In other words, I am his bastard son.
Ah.
I had no idea.
I wonder if Machias is awakened hearing this.
So, was that chef we met earlier?
He's my uncle, on my mother's side.
Well, that explains a lot.
Perhaps that's why he's always been so good to me. Or perhaps he's simply compelled to treat me as I deserve to be treated, being the son of the Duke.
No, that can't be. I don't blame you for being a little cynical, but there's no need to be quite so hard on yourself.
I suppose you're right.
I'm sure you have your differences, but you do get along with your brother, right?
You could say that. He's treated me well ever since I was taken in 8 years ago. He was the one who taught me my swordsmanship, and who trained me in the ways of court etiquette.
That seems like you get along great.
I knew it.
Pardon?
There's just something honest, I guess you could say, about the way you fight. It shows that whoever taught you was someone you really trusted.
Oh, that whole angle of the swordsmanship style and what it
When we
reveals.
first met him this afternoon, I had a hunch he might have been the one. What's wrong?
Nothing at all. You just keep reminding me how unlike a noble you truly are.
To be fair, he's less of a noble than you are. He's adopted. You're a bastard.
I get that a lot.
You know what? They have
Is your
really...
injury from this afternoon on the mend?
I was going to say, they have... I really like the writing they put into this.
It's fine, honestly. There's no pain, and the wound's closed up like it was never there.
Yeah, that's suspicious, though, Reen. You should be more concerned about that part.
I'll have to be sure to thank Emma's grandmother for her help someday.
That's good to hear. Still, from where I stand, you are something of a danger to yourself.
I am?
On the day of the entrance ceremony, when the trapdoor opened beneath us, you acted instantly to protect Elisa. It wasn't even a moment's hesitation.
Ah,
Yep. And then you got a face full of boob for your trouble.
In most cases, one would reflexively act to protect himself. It's part of man's natural survival instinct.
Yeah, but if you're a trained badass...
Yet you put another before yourself, not even pausing to question the validity of that decision. And you did exactly the same thing with us today.
Again,
I'm
badass.
sure most people would see that as an act of selflessness and sing your praises for it. But to me, it comes across as abnormal, perhaps even twisted.
It's called being a hero, Jusis.
I don't know how to respond to that. I wasn't expecting you to see through me quite so clearly.
Well, I owed you as much for having seen through me first. Still, the point stands. You need to be more cognizant of the effects your actions have on those around you. If not for your health and for your reputation, that selflessness of yours can just as easily be perceived as arrogance, after all.
No, that is... I will grant, especially in this sort of society, it might come across as, well, I am a nobleman, so of course I must risk my life to save you, common petty folk. You commoner, you would never have the courage to do the heroic things that I do. But I, as a noble, I can see where Jusis is coming from.
I know it can. And you're not the first person to tell me that. What's the point in saving others if you can't spare even a moment to save yourself? That's what my old master always used to say to me.
Was it now?
He laughed. Hurrah.
I suppose we both have some things we need to work through.
Well, you are just teenagers.
Yeah, but for now, we need to get a good night's sleep. If we stay up too late tonight, we're going to be dead to the world tomorrow, and that wouldn't be fair to the others.
I agree. It wouldn't be fair. To the girls, at least. I'd hate to be so tired as to limit my potential.
Hear, hear. Good night, Jusis.
Pleasant dreams.
Aww. Now, if they zoom in on Machias, yep, and he was awake listening to the whole thing, just like I. See, when you're familiar with like some, a little more familiar with shows and movies and comics and that, you learn all these sort of things. If it hadn't zoomed in on him, we could have probably assumed he didn't hear it. It was a private thing. All right then. Well, Machias. What will you think about all of this? Trails of the coldest steel, doing the things. We put a rang on it. We killed the monster. We did
Drinks
the bath
are on me
salts.
someday.
Yay! Drinks are on Sarah someday. Sunday, the 30th of May. And they're bound. They really like that fountain, those tourists. Here's what Rufus entrusted to me. It's taken to study its content well. Alright. Day 2. What's our jobs? Please don't hesitate to let me know if we require further thingamajigs. Alright, let's see what my brother's given us for us today. Day 2 sun tasks. A dangerous monster roams a North Croydon highway. Bad news for our hotel, so ask someone to please take care of it. The Venus Man Trap at the Stone Bridge. Okay. A bite of nostalgia. Someone's help in gathering a number of ingredients. I need to make a particular nostalgic dish. Hammond. Alright. Another well-balanced assortment. You know, I'd be surprised if Rufus had predicted what happened yesterday from the very start. So you intend to give us a first-hand look at the problems between the nobles and the commoners? If that's true, I'm impressed. His reputation is well earned. Sure does seem that way. I believe that's enough talk about my brother. We've only one day left before we must depart on a return voyage to Trista. So it as...
Jusis Alberea.
What is it, Machius Regnitz?
I will accept no more failures. Today, we will form a combat link.
What?
As much as I may dislike you, I'm ashamed that we were unable to do what every other member of our class has accomplished. Today's monster extermination request seems as good a chance as any to make up for yesterday's failure. What did you say?
You really are simple-minded, aren't you? I suppose you overheard our conversation last night and feel some kind of affinity toward me now?
Well done, Jusis. You are very perceptive as well.
Nonsense! I did no such thing!
Oh, and yes, Machias, you are far too easy to read.
I was fast asleep while you yammered on about your family and Reen and...
Oh, you are. Yeah, that's right. Indeed.
Machias.
That's pretty conclusive.
Very well. I accept. I'll be happy to show you what a proper combat link looks like.
We'll see about that. Fortunately, I have more than enough generosity of spirit to endure being paired with an arrogant noble like you.
Now they're all
Maybe today's
getting
field
along.
study will go more smoothly than yesterday's after all.
Lord Jusis.
Oh no! It's amidst the empty void. Oh.
What brings you here? I would have expected you to be at my father's side.
I'm terribly sorry I could not greet you upon your arrival yesterday. However, I have come today in the capacity of an escort.
An escort? To where? I'm sure you must be aware that I returned to Bereahard purely as part of a field study for my academy work.
But of course, however, His Grace has directly requested that I escort you to the mansion.
Oh. What does the Duke want?
So I would be most appreciative if you'd accompany me without delay.
Well, you should probably do it, Jusis, if you don't want your butler to be beaten with a cane.
Father? He showed no signs of desiring my company when we spoke yesterday.
I am in no position to question or oppose his orders, merely to obey them. I'm sure you understand. Though while I hesitate to speculate, I do wonder if His Excellency may feel some regret regarding his demeanor yesterday.
Probably not, but we can only pray.
But...
Go with him. We can attempt to form a combat link another time.
We'll be able to handle the morning's tasks just fine on our own. Don't worry about us.
Huh. You've come all the way back to your hometown. It would be a shame not to visit with your family, right?
Agreed.
Are you certain? Very well. I'll return this afternoon. And though I will worry as to how you'll fare without me, I know you'll at least give it your best, for what that's...
Of course we will.
All right, let's meet back in the hotel lobby around noon. If something comes up, just leave a message at the front desk.
Understood. Lead the way, Arno.
Gladly, sir.
To the car, sir.
Please excuse us.
Well, let's get started. We wouldn't want to give Jusis any further reason to worry, now would we?
Huh, certainly not. Still...
What? What is it? If you have something to say, just say it.
Oh, it's nothing. Nothing at all.
She's probably thinking, the worst is over, and it's all thanks to your eavesdropping.
I like it.
Good boy.
Fee, that was good.
looking at me like I'm some hapless babe? Green, you do know I still haven't completely forgiven you for lying, don't you?
You've basically forgiven him.
Are you still hung up on that?
And Emma, I hope you're ready to score second on our midterms because I'm not about to lose to you again. But don't even think about giving those exams any less than your very best. I intend to best you when you're in top form.
What are you going to say to Fee?
Yeah, you will?
And as for you, Fee, I've been wanting to say this for a long time now. Sleeping in class is an affront to our education. You need to start treating classes more seriously. Listen, take proper notes. Raise your hand now and then. And stop covering your ears when I'm talking to you.
I can't hear you.
That's the best response, Fee.
Anyway, we've got a lot to do, so how about we get to it?
Right.
Ah, well, there we go. Machias has been tamed. Jusis has left the party. Let's orbment up. Ooh, +4 speed. Yes, please. Like seal. Luck. Spark arrow. Why not? We'll take some spark arrow. And yeah, you know what? We'll give you Recuria. Alright, that seems a good start. And it also seems like a great point for me to take a little break. So thank you all for watching, and we'll continue to play very soon. Ah, the troubles of youth. Eh? Talk to you later.